Hey friends, I have a very special guest today, my friend Hannah Hatcher at Jane Iredale. Hi Jane. Oh, hi Jane. You bet that happens often. Hi Hannah.
Hi, how are you?
Good. You know, the only time my conversations with Jane now are only about dogs, right? Like we never get around to makeup because she loves her dogs, right?
Her dog Cookie, yep. And my dog is actually on a walk right now. So we could actually have a dog conversation if you wanted to.
Good place for the dog. And now Rocco, I can hear him barking upstairs. I always think this is so cool. So I have my green background on, obviously, but I'm in my house and you're in your home. And I think in the conversation of wellness, how great is this that we can be wearing our footsie pajamas and sharing a wellness video with people around the globe, right? I just love it.
It's fantastic. I couldn't be more comfortable.
All right, so I know we don't have a lot of time, so let's get to it. So how many years at Jane Iredale Monroe Makeup?
I just celebrated my 4-year anniversary this year, so it's 4 years and change.
Unbelievable. How long, what brought you to Jane Iredale?
I've actually been familiar with the Jane Iredale brand since I was about 15 or 16 years old. It was one of the first makeups I ever bought because the salon that I was working in carried it. So I got a discount. So of course I took advantage and it just kind of followed me throughout my career.
Well, I might say you don't look like you need makeup, but there it is anyways, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so quick short story about that. The lady in my house, she would kick me if she knew I was saying this publicly. She turned 60 this year. And she has the skin of a 30-year-old.
Beautiful.
The only makeup she's using is a little bit of Jane Iredale these days, and it's been that way for like 4 years now. So she's very persnickety, but when someone at Jane had sent me home with some makeup from one of the shows, and she tried it, and she looked at me, she went, I can live with this. So, we know Jane Iredale's not just your mother's mineral makeup, right? You have 15, 20. There is no demographic. It works for everyone, right?
I think especially now, when we look at huge influencers like social media and, like bloggers and things like that, I think the concept of green beauty and clean beauty is starting to transcend any age demographic. So we're really starting to notice that over at Jane Iredale now, and all of our packaging has become a lot more slick and sexy and fun, so that every woman would feel proud pulling that lipstick or that compact out of their bag, because every woman deserves to have clean, healthy, safe, skin protecting makeup.
And by the way, I do like how you changed the makeup, the look of the packaging. It's got a nice look. It was a great move into that, and
the rose gold is just so beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, Jane Iredale and Apple in the same category. Right?
Totally.
Okay, so your title is what? World Educator? What do you call yourself?
Global Educator.
Global Educator. So do you have a licensing for makeup to do this?
I am a licensed esthetician, a licensed nail technician, and a self-taught makeup artist.
Sometimes I think that makes for the best people in our industry because it's obvious you have a passion for it, and that passion carries forward into your work. And I'm sorry I haven't heard you speak yet. We're going to correct that, I know, this year. But when I talk to Rob and some of the other people who work with you and they give me oh my God, you have to hear Hannah. It's amazing. So I'm going to catch you on the stage one of these days. Okay.
Not a problem. The more the merrier.
Was it just the passion that made you become a teacher? Because you had an aesthetic background, but what made you wanted to share your passion?
Well, it was interesting. When I started my career in aesthetics, I was a newbie and I was very young. And so I would spend every chance I had doing postgraduate education. So I remember going to a class that was being put on for skincare. I went on my day off and I just remember watching the instructor and I'm like, I can do that. And I also come from a long line of teachers. My mom is a 6th grade teacher. She, has taught many different grades. I have cousins who teach at Columbia University. So I come from this background of education, and one of the things that I think has really catapulted me in the world of education is just being real and honest. And I think in today's society where we do have social media and things that make them appear maybe better than they might be, I think having education where we're like, yeah, sometimes you're slow and sometimes there's lost revenue and let's talk about it. I think that really speaks volumes. And I really wanted to be that advocate of realness in the world of education and just being honest.
It's a great calling.
It is. And I get so much fulfillment out of it. I mean, I am constantly sleeping on the floor of airports, and Marriotts are my second home, but it makes all the difference in the world when I get the thank you emails and the calls, and that was the best class I've ever taken, and oh my gosh, it was so fun. Like that makes it all worthwhile.
Well, I want to tell you, I mean, I've been in the business 29 years or something like that. And when I started, the mantra was educate, educate, educate. And I don't think anything has changed at all. Now, something you guys are doing that I love is Jane Iredale has actually gone deeper into supplements, and I'm a supplement user, so I love it. So could you just quickly address how, you know, we talk about makeup and skincare as the outer half of the body, but what Jane is doing with supplements, you have to take care of the inside of the body the same way, right?
Exactly. So one of the things that we really focus on with our supplementation program is a concept called Feed, Fortify, and Finish. So feeding the skin internally with these amazing skincare supplements, fortifying it with your topical skincare treatment and professional treatment from your esthetician or dermatologist. And then, of course, finishing with the Jane Iredale product, because we know what we put inside our body shows up outside. I mean, Labor Day just happened. I'm sure we had a couple extra cocktails or one too many hot dogs or whatever it might have been. And your skin definitely shows that afterwards. You know, lack of water, or too much salt, we get bloated or we get dull and devitalized. So we know that we can make up for that with internal supplementation. And so that's what we've been really focusing on really for the past 4 years.
Yes, but supplements have been around forever.
Forever. I mean, they've been around for, you know, very, very long time. If you want to go all the way back to like Eastern philosophy, like Chinese medicine, herbs and things like that, that could be considered supplementation.
Well, I like how in the Jane Iredale world, you guys are always cutting edge. You're always coming up with new stuff. The company has reinvented its stuff, but you have not lost your roots. And that's in the world of wellness, that's always one of the things that appeals to me is I need to know where you came from to understand where you are. And there's no questions in the Jane Iredale world where you are. Okay, we have to wrap up, but tell me where are you headed next? Where might our members find you?
We are going to be at the next show.
iSpa, right?
We're going to be at iSpa. We'll be at booth 1201.
Perfect.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be there.
Oh, no.
I know. I'm going to be in Arizona, California, Portland, Mississippi. I'm going to be all over the place. But you can meet up with any of my fantastic colleagues at booth 1201.
Wonderful. And lastly, I love your LinkedIn page. I told you that before. And people can find Hannah Hatcher on LinkedIn. There's only one Hannah Hatcher there to meet on LinkedIn, and it's you.
That is me. Yep.
Thank you so much for making time for us today.
Thank you so much. I had fun.
Have a great one.
Thanks, Allan.
Bye.
Bye.